All right. So to handle the scheduling part of things, I created a new script called Schedule Ingestion of Pi. It's a duplication of our ingest.py script, only with a few modifications. So for instance, you see that I import this schedule library, and then I start off by setting up my logs or my logins, right? So I will be able to monitor how the script is run. The same function here is to put here the prep.insertion. However, for our ingest data function, it's almost like we're doing the same thing here. What is happening in main is what happens here. What I'm simply saying is you should go ahead. The function really is just to do what the script had been doing, right? Then add some verifications to it, and then of course gather information from my logs. Then where the main part of scheduling comes in is in the main function where we schedule it every 30 minutes. Where we say every 30 minutes it runs this script or it runs the scripts as implied here. Then once it does that, it gives us the information that it's performing data ingestion, right? And that's it. It tries to do this every minute. Uh, it gives a minute interval for every running task. So what that simply means is that if it were to hit an error, it's going to wait for 60 seconds before it tries again. So while it returns this schedule, while our task is pending, or it has to reiterate, it has to wait for it. We've applied the logic here to make sure it stays for 60 seconds, right? Whenever we interrupt it, like you press a command, a control C or whatever, it shows that indeed it is because you induced it, right? Then every other error is logged here, and then it waits 300 seconds. That's about 5 minutes or 5 minutes before retrying, right? So the difference between here and here is if the job is pending, if it returns the pending status, it waits for a minute before retrying. If it's an error, it waits for 300 seconds, 5 minutes before retrying. And that's it. So once you have this, the next thing you need to do is create a batch script. That's a .bat script, right? So what you're doing here is you're echoing this whenever you start running the script. This is where you want, this is where all your resources are kept. The directory, the full part or the absolute part of your directory is this, right? And then the part to the script, the batch script running. Sorry, this is the part to the this is the part to activate, I guess, the part function within your virtual environment, right? So remember absolute part your virtual environment, but this time you're adding the batch script for your activated function, right? Then here is also the absolute part to your project. And that's why it's important for you to create a virtual environment inside your directory, right? So what you're simply telling me to do is to run this ingest data.py, the script. Sorry, not this. To run this schedule ingestion py script. So we're saying run this, right? I think the spelling is correct. Right. So what you're telling me is to run this script, and then for every error that may occur, he echoes out the error. So that's it. Once you have this, the next thing is to now interact with your tax runner GUI on Windows, and I'll show how that is done next.